Hello friends, I am Nujum. This time, I take you to Qutub Minar, one of the most iconic and historically significant monuments in India. The complex consists of several other structures of historical importance. Muhammad Ghori's victory over Prithviraj Chauhan in 1192 paved way for the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate in 1206. Over the following 3 centuries, the Sultanate, made up of 5 distinct dynasties, governed much of northern India until the Mughal Empire replaced it in 1526. Qutb-ud-Din Aibak, originally a Turkish slave and most trusted military commander of Muhammad Ghori, became the first Sultan of Delhi after the death of Muhammad Ghori. Built as a victory tower, Qutub Minar was named after Qutb-ud-Din Aibak, the founder of the Delhi Sultanate. However, it is also widely believed that the tower was named in honor of Qutb al-Din Bakhtiyar Kaki, a famous Sufi saint of Delhi who was highly revered during that time. With approximately 72.5 meters feet tall, Qutub Minar is the tallest brick minaret in the world. Its construction, initiated in 1192 by Qutb-ud-Din Aibak, was continued by his successor, Iltutmish, and subsequent modifications made by Firoz Shah Tughlaq and Sikandar Lodi. The minaret has 5 stories with balconies, decorated with intricate carvings, Quranic inscriptions, and geometric designs. The first 3 stories are made of red sandstone, while the 4th and 5th are of marble and sandstone. The architectural style reflects the fusion of Islamic designs and local Indian craftsmanship. The Qutub Minar has 379 steps from the base to the top. Entry inside the Minar was stopped after the stampede resulted loss of lives in the year 1981. An earthquake weakened the monument in early 19th century and upper section of the minaret was affected. Major Robert Smith, an engineer, was tasked with its renovation by the British rulers. In an effort to complete the damaged structure, he added a cupola, a dome-shaped structure, on top of the minaret. This cupola was not blending well with the original architectural design and was considered an architectural misfit. Lord Hardinge, the then British Governor-General of India, ordered the removal of the cupola in 1848, about 20 years after it had been placed there. The cupola was taken down from the top of the Qutub Minar and relocated to a nearby garden. The structure is now commonly referred to as Smith's Cupola. Situated adjacent to Qutub Minar is the Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque. Constructed by Qutb-ud-Din Aibak in 1193, it is the first mosque built in Delhi after the conquest of Muhammad Ghori. The mosque was further extended after Aibak's death by Iltutmish in the year 1230. Further additions by Alauddin Khalji in the later part of his reign led to a substantial expansion of the mosque and other distinct structures within the complex. The colonnades possibly served as temporary shelters, and the double-story enclosures along the corners seem to have exclusively served the royalty or perhaps more particularly the women for both independent and community prayers. Standing at the center of the Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque, the iron pillar, an intriguing piece, a marvel of architecture and traditional knowledge, with its austerity and natural brilliance, has never ceased to amaze archaeologists, metallurgists, academicians, and of course tourists, for the way it has resisted corrosion through the last 1,600 years. The pillar may originally have been located elsewhere, as the inscription on it says that it was placed on a hill called Vishnupda. The pillar is said to have resisted corrosion because of its pure composition of iron, a high presence of phosphorus, and the method of casting. This part of mosque was later expanded by Iltutmish, the third ruler of the Delhi Sultanate, around 1229 AD. His contribution significantly enhanced the mosque's structure. This grand structure, called the Alai Darwaza, was built by Alauddin Khalji in 1311. This is a grand gateway to the ambitious extension of the Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque undertaken by Alauddin Khalji. Its 4 gateways, forming a square, are covered by a wide bulging dome with a central knob, resting on horseshoe-shaped arches. Finished in red sandstone and marble, the entire gateway is richly carved with geometrical patterns and inscriptions. The arches are decorated with a lotus bud fringe on the underside, features that seem to be an influence of West Asian traditions. Its elegant proportions and excellent decorations make Alai Darwaza one of the finest examples of the early Sultanate style of architecture in India. This tomb is a small yet significant structure located within the Qutub Minar complex. Built in the early 16th century, this tomb houses the remains of Imam Zameen, a revered Islamic scholar from Turkestan. He arrived in India during the reign of Sikandar Lodi and served as the Imam of the nearby Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque. His tomb, though relatively modest in size, is an exquisite example of late Sultanate architecture. The tomb is constructed using sandstone, with a striking white marble dome and finely carved lattice windows that allow light to filter into the chamber, creating an atmosphere of tranquility. The interior is simple yet elegant, reflecting the humility and piety associated with Imam Zameen. It stands as a testament to the reverence held for religious leaders like Imam Zameen during that era. The tomb's serene setting, nestled amidst towering monuments like the Qutub Minar, makes it an often overlooked yet charming part of Delhi's rich historical heritage. Behind the Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque lies the tomb of Iltutmish, the third ruler of the Delhi Sultanate and a significant figure in the early Islamic history of India. The tomb reflects Persian influences, yet still lacks a dome, which was common in later Islamic tombs. Iltutmish, the third ruler of the Delhi Sultanate and Qutbuddin Aibak's successor, was a key figure in Delhi Sultanate. This self-built tomb of the second ruler of the slave dynasty, Shamsuddin Iltutmish, built in AD 1235 along the northwest corner of the Qutub complex, is adjacent to Quwwat-ul-Islam Mosque. Interestingly, one of the first tombs to be built in the city, it fulfills Iltutmish's desire to be placed where he ruled. The tomb is a 9 meters square structure. Its sheer austerity on the exterior is a striking contrast to the heavily decorated interior. Alauddin Khalji's tomb lies adjacent to the madrasa he built during his reign. Completed in 1316, the tomb is a relatively simple structure compared to other royal tombs. It features a square chamber with minimal decoration, reflecting Alauddin's focus on military conquest and less on elaborate architectural legacy. His madrasa was an important center of learning in the Delhi Sultanate, and the tomb complex signifies the ruler's contributions to education and architecture. The Alai Minar is an ambitious, yet incomplete tower commissioned by Alauddin Khalji, the powerful sultan of the Khalji dynasty, in the early 14th century. Alauddin envisioned this tower to be twice the height of the Qutub Minar, reflecting his desire to surpass previous rulers and symbolize his grand conquests, including his victories over the Mongols. Construction began around 1311, but after Alauddin's death in 1316, the project was abandoned. Only the first story of the structure, a massive circular base about 25 meters high, was completed. The unpolished stone surface and the scale of the base give a glimpse of how monumental the final tower would have been. It remains a symbol of Alauddin's ambitious vision and marks his desire to leave a lasting architectural legacy larger than his predecessors. Today, the Qutub Minar complex continues to be a site of admiration and study, providing insight into the cultural and political transformations that have shaped the subcontinent. While history is often shaped and rewritten, monuments like the Qutub Minar stand as enduring testaments to reality of the past. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. This is Nujum Mayyanad signing off. See you in my next video. Take care and goodbye.